What does the set have to offer? Episode 1, Limited Edition Alpha. Hello everyone and welcome to the first video on TBC MTG. Today we are going to look at what Magic the Gathering's first set Alpha has to offer. The Alpha set, also known as Limited Edition Alpha, was the first set ever in Magic the Gathering and was released by Wizards of the Coast in August 1993. The set consisted of 295 cards and introduced many of the iconic cards and mechanics still used in the game today. Magic the Gathering was created by mathematician Richard Garfield, who worked with game developers Peter Atkinson and Mike Davis from Wizards of the Coast. The Alpha set was the result of several years of development and testing and was a great success when it was released. The Alpha set was released at a time when there were no other games like Magic the Gathering. The game quickly became popular among game and fantasy fans and has since developed into one of the most popular games in the world. The Alpha set contained many of the most famous cards in Magic the Gathering, including Black Lotus, Mox Sapphire, Mox Ruby, Mox Pearl, Mox Jet and Mox Emerald. These cards are now extremely rare and valuable, and the Alpha set is therefore converted by collectors. The Alpha set did not introduce Planeswalkers, as this concept was first introduced many years later in the Lorin set from 2007. The Alpha set introduced many of the mechanics still used in the game today. Here is a list of some of the most important mechanics introduced in Magic the Gathering set's Alpha. So tap and untap. This mechanic was used to describe when a card should be turned sideways to indicate that it was used, or turned back to indicate that it was ready to be used again. The Alpha set also introduced the idea of mana, which was the essence of Magic in the game and was used to cast spells and activation cards. Different colors of mana were available in the game and represent different types of Magic creatures. Creatures is these things you attack and block with. The Alpha set also introduced the rules for combat, including Trample, First Strike and Banding. Trample allows a creature to break through defense creatures and deals excess damage to the opponent's life total. First Strike allows a creature to deal damage before other creatures, and Banding allows multiple creatures to be combined into an attack or defense group and share damage between them. Haste were another mechanic introduced in the Alpha set. Creatures with haste could attack the same round they were placed. This added an extra dimension to the game and made it possible to surprise the opponent with a quick attack. The Alpha set also introduced spells in form of instants and sorceries, which were cards that could be cast any time in the game, including during the opponent's turn. These spells allowed for reaching to opponents' actions or damaging the opponent directly. Artifacts was also introduced in the Alpha set, which were permanent cards not tied to a specific color of mana. Artifacts were often mechanical devices or magical objects that provided different effects when played. Lands was also an important mechanic introduced in the Alpha set. Land cards were played to generate mana and were necessary to cast spells. Land cards were often included in decks to appropriate amounts, and there were different types of lands that generated different colors of mana. Conclusion. In total, the Alpha set introduced 88 different mechanics and became a crucial factor in the game's popularity and success. Although some of these mechanics have been changed or been modified since the Alpha set, many are still crucial to the game today and have laid the foundation for Magic the Gathering's countless expansions and sets. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.